Pembrey Circuit has been at the heart of Welsh motorsport for 30 years. The track is used by professional motorsport teams for testing, as well as regularly hosting race events. Events like the Citroën C1 series, which provides a low-cost way to take part in endurance racing. But in a future without fossil fuels, how would this circuit need to adapt?
We'd have to put a lot more electric in. Charging points for cars and things like that would be the main, but the circuit itself would be exactly the same. It would just be the paddock areas and the pit lanes. You know, like today we've got an endurance race running for 6 hours, and after every hour the cars are refueling. You can't charge a car in a minute of what it takes to get 40 litres into a car.
Events like this 6-hour endurance race are popular with fans. Would a switch to electric cars affect this? John Felix is the clerk of the course. He's been a marshal since 1962. He thinks electric cars could benefit the race day experience.
We who go to racetracks every weekend have to, like today, I have to finish at 6 o'clock because of the noise. So therefore, if we're going to run electric cars, we could run them up to late, well, whatever time, because there ain't no noise, apart from the noise of the tyres.
The British Automobile Racing Club organise race meetings throughout the year. David Wheaton is the competition secretary for the club. He thinks it'll take some time for electric technology to work at grassroots level.
I think you're talking 10 to 15 years' time. There is a lot of requirements for electric cars with regards to scrutineers training, marshals training, equipment at the circuits, a certain amount of water on each marshal's post, etc, etc. And I think that's going to take a lot longer than people think to implement that.
It costs £3,500 to build a car for a race, according to the C1 Racing Club website. But the cheapest electric car on sale in the UK costs almost double that. Merrick Cox is a director at the C1 Racing Club. He thinks the technology isn't feasible for racing at all.
If you have a large pack of batteries, you know how much your mobile phone heats up and cools down when you charge it. If you're going to be taking large quantities of energy in and out of the battery, you will get the hysteresis-based heating in the battery. That's a physical issue. It's not something you can engineer around, so to speak. So I don't think we're ever going to get electric cars that can race for 6 hours.
It appears there are a range of views as to whether green technology and electric cars would be a good thing for motorsport. What about the drivers? What do they think?
With stuff like this, club level stuff, it's dependent a lot on cheap cars to race in, and there aren't really many cheap electric cars right now.
Racing's about the noise as well as going fast, but I suppose if everyone's electric, then it wouldn't really matter, would it?
I think progress is really important, full stop. So obviously the use of electrics in road vehicles as it is today, it's great to see that moving.
There is some appetite for electric cars in grassroots motorsport. But the need to update existing circuits and develop cheaper cars are a hurdle that will have to be overcome. Perhaps then the future will be green. Pugh, CJS News.